Up next.
On Your Pittsburgh.
Anything, anywhere, anyplace, anytime, ever.
You know her as the mom from The Cosby Show, but we'll reveal what keeps actress Felicia Rashad coming back to the Burgh.
Pittsburgh is alive.
And I'll reveal how I've been a fan of hers for a long, long time.
My name is Kimberly Gill.
Did you know Disney has a bunch of people working right here in our city? Wait until you see what they've come up with and the really cool things other Pittsburghers are inventing.
If you see this thing out on the roads, you won't forget it. I'm Sarah Arbogast. Coming up, I'll take you for a spin on the Pittsburgh Party Peddler.
It's an unlikely location, but more and more Steelers fans are discovering it. We hit the road to explore what's becoming a Mecca for black and gold fans.
The crowd in here is just so immense.
Plus, Kimberly and I check out a restaurant that's so unique, it's getting national attention.
I'm gonna eat the pig's face first.
From KDKA-TV, this is Your Pittsburgh with Kimberly Gill and David Highfield.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Your Pittsburgh.
We're going to begin with someone pretty much everybody recognizes.
Most people know actress Felicia Rashad as Clair Huxtable from The Cosby Show.
Well, it turns out she has a connection to Pittsburgh you probably don't know about, something that keeps her coming back.
That's right, and we had a chance to meet up with her, and for me personally, it was meeting my childhood idol.
It's a theme song that probably brings back memories. Few sitcoms have had the success of The Cosby Show, and the matriarch of that TV family, the beautiful, smart, and sassy Clair Huxtable.
You are never gonna have anybody bringing you anything, anywhere, anyplace, anytime, ever.
Felicia Rashad played a successful attorney, wife, and mother of 5.
If she doesn't want the funeral, maybe we shouldn't have it.
We got dressed up for it.
Do you ever get tired of talking about The Cosby Show?
No.
You don't?
No. I never tire of speaking about The Cosby Show and that great work.
Now, more than 20 years after the show ended, Felicia is just as busy as ever.
Just don't let your intellect get in your way.
David and I caught up with her at Carnegie Mellon University as she worked with students in the drama school.
I mean, she's the queen. She's incredible. I watched her in the Cosbys. I watched her growing up.
Felicia's connection to CMU began when her daughter Condola, who now stars on Broadway, was looking for colleges. The two of them sat in on Professor Gary Klein's class.
After class, I talked with her a great deal, and I just said, Felicia, would you come and teach here?
I said, okay, I'll come. But I told him, I said, I don't know if I know enough to teach it. I just think I know enough to know it.
Now I think
it is through her soul and her heart that she teaches.
We watched as she shared what she knows about connecting with an audience by digging deep inside, and the students really responded.
when we come from a space of truth, it moves people.
We also saw some of that maternal side we all know so well from Clair Huxtable.
There's this love that she brings to the room.
It turns out she was in Pittsburgh decades ago.
Pittsburgh looks very different now than it did then.
She made a stop here early in her acting career.
I remember Pittsburgh as being kind of gray and kind of covered with some kind of metal dust. I don't know, that was just my impression of it. But Pittsburgh is alive.
On a recent trip, she went to the Hill District to see playwright August Wilson's childhood home.
I think my work with August Wilson Plays has given me an appreciation for the life of Pittsburgh.
She's directed several of his plays, and the Tony Award winner continues to act.
Blast from the past.
Thanks, Felicia. Thanks you guys.
Despite all that, she's found time to come back to CMU every few years.
I wonder if I teach as much as I learn. Yeah, I learn a lot.
And while these young people may have only seen the reruns, working with Felicia reminds them of The Cosby Show.
It's my childhood. It's everyone's childhood, absolutely.
And it's my childhood, too.
Hi there. My name is Kimberly Gill.
This is home video of me at age 14 talking about idolizing Clair Huxtable.
My favorite actress is Felicia Rashad. As you can see on my wall, I have pictures of her.
My walls were covered in everything Cosby Show, and I spent Thursday evenings glued to my family's TV. I recorded every episode on VHS tapes and watched them over and over again. And take a look at my 8th grade yearbook. It was no secret. All my friends knew the love I had for the show, and I wasn't alone.
To be able to participate and be a part of, do some work that means so much to so many people for so long is a rarity, and it's a real gift and a boon to one's life.
What I really liked about The Cosby Show is that it made you laugh. On Thursday nights, 8 o'clock, you're guaranteed to feel good.
Really true. And I could tell it was a big deal for you to meet her. You were kind of nervous.
Such a big deal, because sometimes when you meet celebrities, they're not what you think that they are, but she was everything and more. She was very down to earth, very warm, very Clair Huxtable, and that made me feel good.
And how about 14-year-old Kimberly Gill? What a cutie pie. That
No,
was so
I was
cool.
a hot mess.
No,
it's a good thing I
true.
got better as I got older, that's for sure.
That was great.
Thank you. It's becoming a mecca of sorts for Steelers fans, and it's not where you would expect.
Yeah, more and more Pittsburghers are finding out about it, though, and visiting this place, so we hit the road to check it out. A crowd of fans cheering for the black and gold. It could be a Steelers bar in Peters Township or Pitcairn, but it's not. This place is hundreds of miles away in New York City. It's called Hibernia, Latin for Ireland, but in New York, this bar has become synonymous with black and gold. During Steelers games,
you can actually see from 9th Avenue the windows of Hibernia throbbing out, out, out. The crowd in here is just so immense.
We've told you before about Steelers bars in Florida, Arizona, Maryland, even Italy. But this place is decked out, from banners to jerseys to Santa hats to what is clearly a supersized terrible towel, a gift from a Pittsburgh native.
She crocheted a towel that takes up the whole side of the bar. I don't know if it took her a year or 2 years or whatever it took, but it's an amazing piece of art.
Sean Berger is one of the owners and says the Steelers thing just sort of happened after another bar closed. It became so well known when Mayor Ravenstahl was in Manhattan, he reportedly came here to watch a game. Black and gold fans who move to the city get a feeling as soon as they walk in.
I knew I was at home.
Berger says people jump on the bar with the first touchdown, and even though he didn't start out rooting for the Steelers,
Through osmosis, I've become a Steeler fan.
Now, if you're headed to New York and you want to check out Hibernia, we have info for you.
Just go to KDKA.com/yourpittsburgh.
Still to come, this local man invented something that made him millions.
I apologize.
Find out what he invented and why he's apologizing as we look at our area's coolest inventions.
London, New York, Panama City, and now Pittsburgh. Wait until you hear about the cool new place that's headed here.
If you missed the giant rubber duck, we have a gift for you and other original ideas for the holidays.
Pittsburgh wanted it.
And it's more than just Pittsburgh that's paying attention to a local restaurant, so David and I are discovering what makes it unique.
Plus, who is the Pittsburgh pie guy? We'll reveal who's behind a delicious local business and tell you how you can get a pie for the holidays. Stay with us.
Your Pittsburgh is brought to you by Edgar Snyder and Associates.
Welcome back, everyone. A trendy new hotel, the latest in movie theaters, and the Pittsburgh pie guy reveal.
Just some of what's happening as we check out what's new in the Burgh.
One of the country's hippest hotels is coming here. Ace Hotels are already in 7 cities, including London, New York, and Portland. Now they plan on opening one in the old East Liberty YMCA in the spring of 2015.
Also in East Liberty, fashion designer Kia Tomlin, wife of Steelers coach Mike Tomlin, has moved her studio into a row of shops called Indigo Square. Hours are by appointment. You might remember we talked with Kia last year about her passion for design.
Popular burger chain Five Guys plans on opening its first location downtown. It'll be in 3 PPG Place on the edge of Market Square. Five Guys already has other suburban locations in our area.
Also downtown, a new restaurant called Grit and Grace opens this month in the former Taste of Downtown location. It's from the folks who have Spoon in East Liberty. Expect a global ethnic influence and craft cocktails.
More places to live are coming to Lawrenceville. Doughboy Square Apartments will be made up of 39 units, each with balconies and high-end kitchens. The building's bottom floor will have retail stores.
Pete's Coffee has a devoted following on the West Coast, and now they're in Pittsburgh. They've taken over the former Caribou Coffee locations at the Waterworks, Southside Works in Brentwood and Oakland.
Cinemark is promising its new movie theater in McCandless will be just as high-tech as the one it recently opened in Monroeville. That one has an extreme digital theater that seats 300 and floor-to-ceiling screens.
Finally, the Pittsburgh Pie Guy. It's actually two guys. Lou Butler, who you see here, and Ren McGalliard met while studying philosophy at Duquesne University. They launched their pie-making business last year, and it's growing fast.
Now you can order pies on their website and have them delivered.
We have a link for you at KDKA.com/YourPittsburgh.
Still to come. Hello. From Lenny and Squiggy to bingo. The Pittsburgh inventions you probably don't know about, including amazing new ones, even something Disney came up with right here.
You might wonder what you're seeing on the streets of Pittsburgh. Sarah Arbogast takes a ride on a giant bicycle built for fun. You like that, do you?
David and I check out a restaurant that was recently featured on the Travel Channel. Find out why.
And some of our faves when it comes to holiday gifts. Stay tuned if you're looking for something original.
You're watching Your Pittsburgh on KDKA-TV with Kimberly Gill and David Highfield.
Welcome back. It's time to answer your questions, and we call this segment You Wanted to Know.
Last time we asked, do you want to know about Lake Monongahela? What was it? Where was it?
Or do you want to know about some really cool things being invented around here?
Well, with 58% of the vote, the inventions win. And it turns out there's a lot being created here, and some of it may really surprise you. You probably never realized it's there. A few floors above the trendy shops in Shadyside is Luis Von Ahn's company. Past the foosball table, I found myself playing ping pong, asking him about his multi-million-dollar idea. When you meet people and they find out you created the CAPTCHA, do they ever express annoyance with you?
Often.
So what's CAPTCHA? Well, it's those distorted characters you're asked to type back before you can buy concert tickets or open a Facebook account. You're the one responsible for that.
I am. I apologize.
It's to make sure you're a human being and not a computer. But then he took it a step further. It has to do with efforts to digitize books. Computers can scan words unless they're blurry or faded. So he found a way to have us interpret those blurry words by making them the CAPTCHA codes.
We sent them to you so that you type them and you essentially read them for the computer so that the book gets digitized.
Google wound up buying his company for an undisclosed amount in the millions.
Yeah, it was prosperous.
While he's part of a new generation of Pittsburgh inventors, let's back things up because invention is nothing new here. Did you know bingo? Yes, bingo was invented by a man from Hazelwood who began running games at carnivals. The Jeep was created in Butler to replace horses in war. Samuel Langley is credited with helping to create time zones. Before his efforts, with no uniform system, trains from different towns would, well...
they would crash. So standardized time was so important. It's another Pittsburgh innovation.
Of course, the polio vaccine was developed here by Dr. Jonas Salk. When it comes to food, the banana split came from a pharmacy in Latrobe, and the Big Mac was invented here in the 60s in the kitchen of this McDonald's in Ross Township. It was actually first served, though, at a McDonald's in Uniontown. 30 years ago, the happy face in emails, known as an emoticon, was invented by a CMU professor. Mr. Yuck is also a Pittsburgh product. Hello. Even the TV characters Lenny and Squiggy were created by the actors who played them while studying at CMU. Okay, let's move up to present day.
This stuff is tough. That's how I came up with the idea of Shortcut.
A mother from Washington County has invented a device to cut through shrink wrap on packages. 3 guys from Bellevue came up with the Porta-Draft, a way to have draft beer for any occasion.
Tailgating and camping, boating are all really great options.
Then there's Disney. Yeah, that Disney. You probably didn't know they have a research lab in Oakland, and they've come up with what seems like a magic microphone. You speak into it, and the sound is
transformed into an inaudible signal.
As long as you're holding the mic, you can touch someone's ear with your finger, and
the recording becomes audible for the person touched, like the finger would be whispering into the person's ear.
And then that person can pass the message on by touching someone else. It sounds like Fantasyland, but it's true.
That is really interesting. But what are they going to use it for?
Well, they want to use it with larger crowds, but how exactly they implement it, we will have to wait and see. But it's really mind-blowing. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
It's interesting. It's interesting. A lot of great things being invented right here in the Berg.
Absolutely.
Okay, now it's your turn to get involved. We want you to vote. Tell us what you want to know.
Do you want to know if Pittsburgh has the skinniest building in the world? We have a few contenders, but which one is the slimmest? And is it slim enough for a world record?
Or do you want to know about Allegheny County's color-coded beltways? How did the belt system come to be, and what's its future?
Let us know which one you want to know about. Go to KDKA.com/YourPittsburgh and vote. Whichever story gets more votes, we'll have it for you on our next show.
There's a new way to check out the sights and sound of Pittsburgh. And if you see this thing out on the street, you might just do a double take.
I did a double take when I saw it. Basically, it's a massive bicycle. It promises to be loads of fun, and Sarah Arbogast went for a spin.
David and Kimberly, this is it. This is the Pittsburgh Party Peddler. It seats 16 and travels all over town, stopping at different bars along the way.
Battle!
With a quick ring of the bell, we were off. I just had to try out Pittsburgh's newest ride. I hopped on with the family who brought this bike to the Berg. Brian Joseph's parents first saw a party peddler in Minneapolis. They knew this would be a hit here.
I've never seen somebody get off it without a smile.
Although the bike has a max speed of just 5 miles an hour, the pedaling is no joke. If you don't believe me, ask Tammy Fall.
I teach fitness for a living, so I found it a workout.
The Party Peddler takes people on 2-hour tours through places like the Strip, the North Shore, and downtown. Typically, it stops at 3 bars. So we were wondering, could all that pedaling actually cancel out the calories you consume? Well, an average beer has 150 calories. You could burn that on a regular cycle in roughly 25 minutes.
By the end of it, even if they want to complain at the beginning that they have to pedal, everyone is having a blast.
So is there anywhere the peddler can't go? Up big hills. If there's a 5% grade, forget it. Just to give you an idea, the Roberto Clemente Bridge has a 4% grade.
As long as everyone's moving their legs, we're partying and pedaling.
Don't let the cold weather stop you from trying this thing out. They're going to be running it all through the winter months. As long as there's no snow on the ground, they're even going to be dressing it up with lights for the holidays. In the Strip District, Sarah Arbogast for Your Pittsburgh. David and Kimberly?
All right, thanks, Sarah. You may have seen that they do have a tap on board, but they don't actually serve beer.
Yeah, however, they are hoping to work things out so that you can bring your own beer if you want.
I'd be afraid I'd fall backwards on that thing. Okay, from beer to food. Coming up, it's time to eat.
We're having some dishes you can't get just anywhere. The local restaurant with its own unique style coming up.
But before we go to break, some cool and original holiday gift ideas you can find right here in the Berg.
Take it.
If you're still recovering from the big rubber duck leaving us, maybe these ornaments from the Pittsburgh Glass Center will help ease the pain. They're $35 each. You can also buy gift certificates for glass blowing lessons.
How about these vibrant Pittsburgh scenes from local artist Sarah Beck Sweeney? $35 to $75 at DiVertito in Lawrenceville. If you feel like cuddling with George Washington, they also have these historical pillows for $42.
At the Holiday Market in Market Square, these incense smokers are $36 to $160. At Katie Wolfart, where many of the items are crafted in Europe.
Finally, we found this Andy Warhol refrigerator magnet and finger puppet for $5.95 at the Heinz History Center. Stay with us.
Hey, it's Jackie Evanko.
I'm Billy Porter.
Hi, I'm Brett Michaels.
Hi, this is Billy Gardell.
Here we go, Mark!
From Pittsburghers who have made it big to the questions about our region you want answered.
There's a Fourth River and it's underground and nobody knows about it.
To the coolest restaurants around.
I always go to Nakama on Carson Street in Southside.
We cover what's new and exciting in the city. Contact us at KDKA.com/YourPittsburgh or reach us on Facebook or Twitter. We want to know what you want to see. After all, our program is called Your Pittsburgh.
Your Pittsburgh.
Your Pittsburgh.
Your Pittsburgh. Welcome back, everyone. It's a local restaurant that's so unique, it's getting some national attention.
It's been featured in Bon Appetit magazine, even on the Travel Channel. It's called Cure, and as we found out, it might be the cure if you're in the mood for something different.
Walk through the doors of Cure in Lawrenceville and the smoky smell sucks you in. It has an intimate, rustic style. Chef Justin Severino is the owner.
Part of me deciding to take the risk to open my own restaurant was realizing that, Pittsburgh wanted it.
David and I had a front row seat at the chef's counter where we watched every dish be intricately prepared like a work of art. We started with an appetizer called salumi. Trust me, you won't remember every variety of meat, but a few of them got us really excited.
Pig's face. We like the pig's face.
The restaurant prides itself on its relationship with local farmers and not wasting anything. Severino took us downstairs where the meat is cured.
It's not just curing meat, it's like the preservation of the animal, the whole animal from snout to tail.
That's one of the reasons it was recently featured on the Travel Channel. But there's more to this place than meat. Check out these beets, smoked, pickled, and roasted.
I love beets.
He loves beets.
Where's Kimberly?
David is in heaven.
But my favorite was our main dish, something that reminded me of growing up in the South.
Pig's feet.
The perfect ending to our meal, a dark chocolate souffle.
And you know what else they have? They have these cocktails that they make there, non-alcoholic and alcoholic. I had the non-alcoholic, but lemongrass and clove, really, really good.
Yeah, it's a great place to go if you're looking for something that's a little out of the ordinary.
Absolutely. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Your Pittsburgh. From all of us here, thanks for watching.
Happy holidays.
Your Pittsburgh has been brought to you by Edgar Snyder and Associates.